Godin guitars are unique because from forest to stage, they are North American. The necks and bodies are all made in our original location in La Patrie, Quebec. Godin guitars are then assembled in our Quebec factories. The company was founded by Robert Godin CM, and is currently led by Simon Godin. Range of products currently manufactured by Godin includes electric and acoustic guitars and basses. The company also produced ukuleles, mandolins, and ouds, named multi-oud, in the past. A really cool electric guitar that features a flamed maple body and a comfortable ebony neck. The guitar looks and sounds absolutely fantastic. The HSH pickup setting offers a lot of versatility when it comes to tone, so it sounds good on both clean and more distorted channels. The major advantage of a bolt-on neck is that it's easy to manufacture and keeps costs down on construction. It's also easy to repair, replace or even reset if needed, when the guitar is getting set up. The other pro is the twangy, snappy tone, with some people simply preferring this feel and response. Ultimately though, a good straight neck is the first step in a proper setup and should help to make your guitar play better. If a straight neck makes the guitar play worse, the neck is either too straight for your playing style or it is a sign that more work is needed. Between 8 to 10 thousandths of an inch. How much relief should a guitar neck have? The amount of relief for both electric and acoustic guitars should be between 8 to 10 thousandths of an inch. This depends on how hard you play and if the strings buzz against the frets. If they do, consider increasing the amount of space between your strings and the frets. Fret leveling involves abrading the tops of the frets until they are all level with each other. The idea is to take down all of the high spots until they are even with the lowest spots. Fret leveling involves abrading the tops of the frets until they are all level with each other. The idea is to take down all of the high spots until they are even with the lowest spots. You'll see the high and low spots by which areas are still covered in marker. If the marker comes off easily without a lot of pressure, the frets are probably level. But if you notice some areas that the marker still shows up on the fret, then you'll need a leveling. Leveling your guitar frets isn't that difficult, but you will need some specialized tools in order to fret dress your guitar properly and make sure it plays better than ever. Here's a list of tools that you will need in order to do this repair. Uneven frets can be corrected by leveling all the frets, sanding or filing their tops just a little, then rounding them to their original profiles. Individual frets or groups of frets can be replaced. In each case, it's a matter of judgment as to which method of repair is most appropriate. This entire process takes me about 4 hours with short breaks to rest my arm and get away from it. I can usually do a full refret, other than maple board, in less time. Keep this in mind if you take your guitar in to have this kind of work done. Changes in humidity and temperature can commonly cause fret buzz. Fret buzz is a buzzing noise that occurs when the string vibrates against one or more of the frets. Sometimes you can experience fret buzz in the open position, and other times it could be specific strings and/or frets. Notes to lose sustain, buzz, or even choke out completely. If your guitar is experiencing these symptoms, a fret rocker will help determine if and where the high frets are located. A fret rocker is a tool that allows you to compare the height of any 3 frets at a time. Start with 220 to 320 grit depending on how much material needs to be removed. Finish with standard 400 grit sandpaper, using double stick tape to hold it to the block. Standard sandpaper would typically be around 120 grit, whereas these papers go up to around 12,000 grit. You should start with 1500 grit, then, as a good guide, work your way through 2400, 3600, 8000 and finally 12,000. The 1500 will even up the frets and give them a nice shine. Once all the frets are crowned, use progressively finer grit sandpaper to sand down the frets and remove any scratches or nicks that occurred when you were leveling and crowning them. Start with 320 grit sandpaper, and sand the frets gently. But polishing your frets also serves a more practical purpose. It makes for a much smoother playing feel. The buttery feel of bending strings over newly polished frets is a treat. Polishing frets also helps clean them and therefore extends their lifespan. If you opt to clean your fretboard and polish its frets with 0000 steel wool, remember to vacuum up the fibers that inevitably shed during this procedure. Apply a fretboard conditioner to the fretboard and gently rub the conditioner into the wood with the steel wool pad, turning it frequently. Remove the strings from your guitar. Place a tiny drop of the freen onto the microfiber suede cloth. Place fret guard over the first fret to protect the fretboard. Rub freen polish onto the fret. Remove the fret guard and buff off the freen polish. Optional. Repeat steps 2 to 5 once or twice more. A clean fingerboard feels and looks better and will extend the life of your strings. However, a more long-term concern is your fretboard drying out, cracking, and wearing. For that, many manufacturers recommend every 6 months you should clean your fretboard with a specialty wood oil. What are the adjustable screws used for in humbuckers and single coil pickups? Adjustable screws are used to adjust the balance from string to string. At times you may need to adjust the output on a particular string because it may lack the output for your picking or playing style. Pickguard screws aren't wood screws. They are oval head Phillips sheet metal screws. The most commonly used sizes are number 5 by 3/8 Gibson size, and number 6 by 1/2 Fender size. 6 to 32 by 5/8 Phillips oval head. Nickel. These screws are used to adjust the pickup height on vintage guitars where the hole is countersunk so that the screws sit in the pickguard, not on it. For single coil pickups, your treble side should be slightly higher than your bass side. This provides a nice even balance of signal. Humbuckers aren't as critical as single coil pickups when it comes to hay adjustment. Depress the 1st and 6th string at the last fret and raise the pickup until it is very close. If the pickup sounds harsh and metallic, then back off a touch. The neck pickup should be adjusted all the way down to the pickguard and then raised until the volume of the two pickups is equal. Setting your pickup height too high will cause your magnets to push and pull your strings out of tune. Here's a quick way to tell if this is happening to you. Play the low E string at a high fret. 15th fret is a good one to start at. You might hear a warbling sound. That sound is your magnet fighting your string. To raise the pickup, turn the screws clockwise. To lower it, go counterclockwise. For humbuckers that are mounted directly into the body, the process is similar. But clockwise lowers the pickup and counterclockwise raises it. On a staggered pole pickup, you can notice some of the pole pieces sticking out slightly. With different poles having different variations on the amount of stagger. Flat pole pickups, like their namesake, have the poles all flat, with no stagger beyond their plastic encasing. If the pickup pole pieces are all at the same height, the same distance from the guitar strings, the larger strings, lower pitch, will be louder than the smaller strings, higher pitch. This is because low strings have more mass and, therefore, a greater effect on the magnetic field and electromagnetic induction.